Hello, hello, hello. A very warm welcome to all our friends, viewers, stakeholders, fans of Africa Rise with Susan West. It is a beautiful Saturday here in London. I do hope that you're having a good Saturday anywhere you find yourself around the world. Welcome to Africa Rise with Susan West. And so, of course, as in our usual manner, as you join this broadcast, do the needful, which is invite your friends, create watch party if that facility is still available. Um, like, follow, subscribe to all our channels. It is Africa Rise TV on YouTube. It is Africa_Rise.tv on Instagram and Swob21 on Facebook. All right, SWOB21 on Facebook. Um, well, our discussion today is supposed to be just us, but we have a few people that have been invited, of course, to talk about the good versus evil in Nigeria. But before we go on to talking about that, I have my wonderful brother, Daniel Wilson. Many of you will remember Daniel Wilson from the 80s with Gimme, Give Me, Give Me, Give Me 999, the most popular music at the time. We all played, sang, and danced to that tune as very young children. Not to insinuate that he is too old, but he's my big brother. I want to play one of his new songs he's just released, and after that, we will begin our discussion for today.
Children of Africa, we have to come together. The only way to save our motherland is standing together as one. Children of Africa, we have to come together. The only way to save our motherland is standing together as one. Come and join me on a mission to save Africa. There's a foreign invasion and it's taking over. These people only plan is to possess your fatherland. They have seen that our resources are inexhaustible, and our potential to lead the world is undeniable. These people will do anything to keep you in a foreign land. So, children of Africa, we have to come together. The only way to save our motherland is standing together as one. 1.5 billion people strong. Yes, we are together as one. We can never be wrong. Whatever the returns you're after is here more than anywhere. So bring your hustle and invest in your home. Discourage the foreigners and their paper loan. Whatever that you're searching for out there is right here in Africa. Right here in Africa. Children of Africa, we have to come together. The only way to save our motherland is standing together as one. Children of Africa, we have to come together. The only way to save our motherland is standing together as one.
It's Grand P, the GMP.
Welcome back. Yes, children of Africa, we have to stand together as one. We're over 1.5 billion people. We're 1.5 billion or more strong people. Together we can. And so, yes, let's take advantage of our numbers as Africans and stop looking at the little countries that is artificially created. We are one, children of Africa. And until we understand the strength in numbers as Africans, come together and galvanize and, handle our issues by ourselves, we will not see victory. So welcome. Today we're talking good versus evil in Nigeria. What is good and what is evil? I have a wonderful gentleman here who is here in London with us. I have another guest, Dr. Mr. David Edokpolo, who's going to be joining us shortly as well. But these two gentlemen are people who have, in their own way, try to do good, and so they are the best people to talk to. They are Nigerians, of course, and so I'll quickly bring Dr. Chido from Hungry and Angry.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Welcome, Dr. Chido. So go ahead. We just generally want to talk about the issues in Nigeria, basically. I know that you have an organization called Hungry and Angry, and you do quite a bit. If you would like to start by just introducing yourself and talk about what you do as Hungry and Angry.
Okay. My name is Dr. Chido Agunabo Ajuorah. I am a businessman, a philanthropist, and I am a co-founder of Hungry and Angry NGO.
And what do you do?
Our job is we just trying to impact on humanity in our own way, in our own little way. You know, we try to engage young people in Africa. You know, we want to find other ways for them to survive. You know, we want to harness what we have in Africa because we believe that Africans have talents. You know, we are blessed with individual skills, but the problem is to harness those skills, you know, source those people with special talent and put them together and see how they can explode. So basically, that is what we do at Hungry and Angry. So, but we get involved in a whole lot of things. We get involved in, you know, environment, because African environment is not really in the best shape. So we do a lot of sensitization regarding to, we focus more on non-degradables, you know, which is not a big deal in Africa. We know that non-degradables can also generate wealth if well managed. So we try to communicate to government this important aspect of wealth generation for the people. You know, we get involved in
I wanted to ask you, Dr.
Well.
Kido, how do you go about doing what you do? Because I have seen quite a few videos that Hungry and Angry have released out there, but how do you operate? How do you touch the lives of people in Africa or in Nigeria? I have, of course, bearing in mind that you live here in the UK.
Yeah, obviously, you know that Africa, we have a complex problem. So sometimes we don't even know where to begin with. Yeah, what we do, we have a sister, an affiliate to Hungry and Angry that is called H&A Analytical. So H&A Analytical is actually where we do the job. So it's like a skill acquisition scheme, you know, and then we have children there as well, who we are teaching ICT, because we understand that ICT is the way forward. ICT is also, you know, can empower people, can create, you know, job opportunity for people as well. But in Nigeria, where we come from, you know, that department is not paid attention to. So private people like us are beginning to get involved. You know, so we have programs on the ground in Africa. You know what I mean? And we also get involved in movie making, music making, because these are also another area that we have so much talent. So few people, you know, always emerge, the lucky ones. But we want to give that opportunity to most people around, because everyone in Nigeria is almost into music production, movie movie production, selling products, selling services. So we are getting involved in those areas, networking with people. If we find the talent, we come in as a management team, and then we look for ways that we can push them forward. So we've only been 1 year, in service to humanity, but we are getting there. Gradually, we are getting there.
Right. I wanted to ask you, do you support people, young people or people back home with financially to, for instance, if you met someone who has an idea of a movie they want to produce or music, do you sponsor them financially, or do you just create an avenue for them to showcase their talent? How do you go about it?
Okay, so what we do is, we do help people financially, but because we are not a very big organization, we've only just started, it's difficult to source funds. But whenever we get funds from people donate money, we always donate directly to the public. For instance, during the last the first COVID lockdown, Hungry and Angry distributed money to about 28,000 Nigerians. And this was due to the fact that we were able to go, 28,000 Nigerians received minimum of 5,000 naira from us, minimum. Some people received 20, some people received 10,000. But we made sure every money we get from people, we always give it back to the people. It's important to, to keep it straight, to be honest, because the work we are doing, we're doing it for the people. And we believe that each time we impact on the people, we also impact on ourselves. And the aspect of, go on.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Yes, give me a moment. Welcome, Morenike Bolujoko, my sister, Durasav. Thank you. Nice fun, Susan West. Thank you. I wanted to play a video, Dr. Chido. I wanted to play a video that is from a book launch of the First Lady of Nigeria. A book launch by the First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, and the attendants there. And just take a listen to... Hold on a second. Let me see if I have that video. I think I should have it here. Anyway, I'll try to play a video first that had Bola Ahmed Tinubu making a speech at the book launch of Aisha Buhari. And then we'll take it from there.
His Excellency, the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, Her Excellency, First Lady Dr. Mrs. Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellency, wife of the President, Mrs. Dolapo Osinbajo.
Let me tell you why I played that video. Here you are as a young Nigerian abroad, trying to do your best to impact the lives of people back home and of course here. And then there we have the very wealthy elites of Nigeria who go to a book launch by the First Lady, and you don't want to hear the kinds of money they were openly, donating to that book launch. 20 millions, 30 millions, 50 millions. And then these are the people that are in charge of our, of the polity and economy generally. And one of the things that people have been talking about is the fact that Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu right there referred to the vice president's wife as the wife of President Muhammadu Buhari. So you can imagine what we have to deal with as Nigerians, that for whatever reason, this Osinbajo's wife should have been someone that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is very familiar with, because of course it is through him, the Osibajo was nominated to become the vice president. So when you're looking at these things, you're beginning to imagine or wonder if dementia has set in, or some kind of narcotics abuse is responsible. But these are the people in charge of the affairs of the nation.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, it's like a gimmick. It's, you know, it's unbelievable what we pay attention to in Nigeria. The issues that really matter to our life by the government. Obviously, you know, the book launch is like a big ceremony. You know, Nigerians love ceremony. They like to come around, eat, enjoy jollof rice, wear abada, wear suits. You know, they love things like that. But you know, in the middle of, you know, we have crisis right now. We have the Boko Haram, we have, you know, the herdsmen, we have the southeastern states on fire, you know, in the verge of collapse. And someone is out there launching a book. To start with, I don't even know the content of the book. Nigerians are busy reading the Bible and reading Quran. I don't think anyone has interest in a book, okay, because the book is not going to change their life. What is the percentage of Nigerians that read book to start with? Because most people are preoccupied. Their brains are preoccupied thinking about the next meal. So no one has time for book. So the monies generated via the book obviously will go into someone's pocket, and no one is going to read the book. So it becomes another economic waste, another time, you know, time waste. The time they could have used to do something more constructive for their people. They are launching book and people are donating millions. And we have displaced people in Nigeria, IDP, internally displaced people. No one is paying attention to them. They are launching books. Someone tendered a petition in the House of Rep for the thief people that is displaced in their own home country to be, they want their voice heard. And the petition was instantly rejected by the deputy speaker. So you could see that the book is more important than our people's life out there. Again, it's one of the complex issues that we have to deal in Nigeria. You know, I think more unbelievable stuff will emerge, because where we are heading to right now, some people said we are heading to total destruction in Nigeria, and I believe them.
It's a shame. It's a shame. That's the reality. There are people who have called to say that if the First Lady wants to be honorable, because for some people it's an abuse of power, or because she's taking advantage of the fact that she's a wife of the president, even at times where, at this time where there's a lot of scarcity of scarce resources, people are hungry, there are no jobs. Of course, inviting people and then holding that event at the presidential villa is an abuse of position, the position that she's occupying. Of course, people are going to be compelled to donate, whether they believe in the book or not. 90% of the people who have donated will never even read the first page of that book. That's for sure. And so
remember, because it's being organized by the government, so they're going to use taxpayers' money as well for the event, for the ceremonies, for everything. They're going to use our taxpayers' money to sell their own book that has no relevance to the people's life. It's unbelievable when we think deeper. You know, we've not always thought deep in Nigeria. We just tend to look at things from the surface because these are existing, you know.
There is a network problem right there. Morenike Bolujoko says
sometimes we don't. If we pay critical attention.
Go ahead. What's going on? It's Morenike Bolujoko says it's really sad, to be honest, misplaced priorities by our so-called leaders. And Chikas Kumle says we need to fix Nigeria's leadership, but it's not easy. I ran for office before I was baptized with fire. Sorry. What do you mean you ran for office but you were baptized with fire? I'd like some clarifications on that, Chikas Kumli, please. Morenike Bolijuko says, my mom too ran for power too several times. I think some political office she means, and got same ill treatment. It will be so hard to remove these bad, greedy leaders and replace them with truly dedicated ones. I'm going to take Dr. Chido is frozen, so I'm going to absolutely. By the way, it just occurred to me there is something I needed to address. I just remembered now. The broadcast we had last Sunday, I was shocked at the way some people came into my inbox and was some people were polite the way they started to ask certain questions. Some people were behaving as though demons were released from hell the moment our guest started speaking. Okay, first of all, if I was to say pardon us for anything, it would be that pardon us that we too didn't understand what the school or the conversation was where it was going to head to when we had invited or when we were introduced to Dr. Luyaluka. Unfortunately, network issues made it difficult that we didn't have prior conversations before coming on live. And for that reason, I was also, of course, surprised at the direction the conversation was leading. But of course, as a professional, I had to carry on with that interview or conversation. So some people have questioned me in my inbox if I'm still a Christian. Of course I am a Christian. The day I became a Christian, I didn't need your permission. I didn't ask the permission of my father or my mother when I did take my altar call. So how can our minds be so closed up that because you have a conversation that is not in line with the way that you are living your life, so therefore you begin to judge people, or you begin to think that that we are becoming I don't want to use certain words that might be too heavy, but the truth of the matter is we are at a place where we are so paralyzed with fear and condition that we cannot even open up to having certain conversations. Only a conversation. It is true that I didn't see it coming. However, when the conversation opened up and I realized where it was going, I did what was best to do at the time, which is continue to have a decent, informative conversation that will give a thing or two, and then you can make with it what you want. We didn't bring anybody here to become we weren't preaching for anybody to become an African traditionalist. That is far from it. So it is nice, it is good that when you listen to conversations, you don't approach it with a closed mind and just hear what you want, what the information that might be relevant, and just leave whatever that doesn't concern you. I go to channels and I watch certain channels. If I'm not interested, I'm not interested. I don't judge the people. Everyone has rights to their opinions and how they want to express that opinion. Having said that, I needed to address that. If, for instance, I was aware of where the conversation was going, then I probably would have taken a different approach and, of course, warned everyone else who was watching. So for those people who were sensitive to what was being said, we're sorry that we could have, of course, done a little more in knowing where what the school was about before we brought him on, so that we could have warned you ahead of time. Having said that, we go back to today's conversation. I will be bringing on, before I bring on Mr. David Edokpolo, I want to play this short video from Nigeria, showing a guy who was going on to climbing on some, I think he's a power, I call all of them NEPA, because I just can't remember all the different names they now carry. And it was crazy that people were trying to pull him down. I just want to play that, and then we will bring our next guest and continue the conversation. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that we have been so abused. The government have so abused us that we lose our senses. Because I don't know what is going on there, but I would imagine that because when I lived in Nigeria, sometimes you have these people from NEPA offices coming to cut out your power supply, even though you have been paying bills and you haven't been given electricity for a very long time. So I just wanted to make a little bit of sense of what might have triggered them trying to get him down from the high tension pole. However, you can see how the abuse become the abuser in this situation where we end up attacking ordinary people like us who are just trying to make a living doing their job. So really quickly, I will bring Mr. David Edokpolo.
Bro.
Hello, Mr. David.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome. I just wanted to, first of all, I want you to introduce yourself, first of all. And when you do that, I want you to talk about some of the things that you do as a philanthropist.
Okay, my name's David Edokpolo. I was born in Edo State. I left Nigeria as a kid. Been United States for over 3 decades. And I left there about 7 months ago. I came to Nigeria, and I just try to summarize everything. I like to see smiles on people's faces, especially people back home. I do the same thing in the United States. My life savings, I want to give it out to people, make sure they're okay, because I know a thing or two about not having to eat, especially the fact that you go to bed hungry in the evening, and you know very well that you're going to wake up hungry in the morning. So I'm trying to eradicate that. I know I'm not going to be able to do it alone, but I'm doing my best right now. I'm the chairman, CEO, and president of Rocky Pain Global Limited, and I'm the chairman, CEO, and president of Rocky Pain Feed the Soul Foundation. I can hear you. Audio.
Sorry. Just
Yeah.
like my guest that I had before you came on, whilst I was waiting also to have you, is he's a philanthropist, and one is left to wonder why there are people like you and him and many others who are ordinary citizens, not political office holders, who would give away their life savings to empower or improve the lives of other people. Yet we have people holding political offices, taking public funds and keep taking public funds and never even trying to make those resources available to the development in one way or the other, even if it's at a private level. Someone said a while ago that if all the monies politicians in Nigeria have stolen was at least put back into the system in some way, in the creating jobs, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. But the worst part is they take these monies and they take them abroad, and they make other countries help in the development of other countries. Why do you feel the need to keep doing what you do, and how impactful has it been what you do so far?
Okay, first and foremost, I don't think you can categorize that as politics in Nigeria. And Nigeria is a different country. I mean, we're blessed. We're really blessed. But what the leaders do, that's not politics. That's dictatorship. I don't like politics. I don't like talking about it. I try to stay away from it as much as I can. As much as I love Barack Obama, I'm a U.S. citizen. As much as I love Barack Obama, I didn't vote when it was his time. But something I have in my mind, I don't want to even think about the politicians. I just want to do me. I grew up from a very poor family, very poor, extremely poor. I mean, My prayer point daily was having something to eat, just one meal. I never prayed for 2 meals. I prayed for one. And growing up, and God blessed me, I had a very rare opportunity of going to the United States to study abroad. I did. I said in it, and I never forgot where I came from. I never ever forgot where I came from. I always thought about people back home because I never thought I was gonna be this. I always pray for this, but I never thought about it. And being somebody from that background, you kind of think about those people every day, no matter what I got. I mean, I'll be blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I have been really, really blessed. But I think about that man out there that went to bed last night, couldn't eat, woke up not having any hope. That's the number one cause of depression. Impact, yeah, we've done a lot. Last year I did over 300 million naira. I don't have any sponsor. I do everything from my pocket.
You did 300 million naira. How were you able to do that by yourself?
More than 300 million. I've been in the United States for over 3 decades, so I saved a lot. I've worked a lot, a whole lot.
And how
That
long
company,
can
a
you
home business.
continue to do this by yourself if you haven't got collaborations with?
No, I don't have any. Nobody put anything in it. It's just my money. I just feel like you can't have this money. You work so hard.
I've been on your Instagram page and I see what you do. I see what you do. Just a few days ago, I saw you just pick random people on Facebook and you
Yeah.
send them money and they go. You send them to go do, charity work for you, and then yeah. So well, I just want to applaud you. I just want to say thank you so much for what you do. It is amazing. I don't know how you're doing it, and hopefully you can keep doing this by yourself if you so choose to. But I can see that there are thousands of people who are dependent on the opportunities that you create for them. I have Dr. Chido. I wanted you to react to what was the video was about. The last video I played on the NEPA or is it BEDC or BDC guy?
BDC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to react to what was going on there?
Yeah, I don't support violence. I don't think whatever they do, youth in the community, wherever that was, that's assault. That's attempted murder. No matter what the NEPA man is gonna do, you let him do what he want to do. I mean, you putting the man's life at risk. I don't have light. The last 3-4 days, I don't have no light. I spend 13,000 naira on diesel every single day, 4,500 naira on fuel every day because I have 2 generators. One is diesel, one is fuel. I can alternate it so that one we have some rest and the other one we continue. I mean, if any NEPA man comes to my house, I'm gonna pay my bill anyway. They know I'm never gonna come to my house. Even my community where I live, I invited the top officials of BDC to my house. I called my allergy, brought a ram. I did barbecue. I'm a specialist in doing grilling and all those stuff. I grilled for them, bless them, cook for them, give them money, just trying to let them know I'm new in this community. We need some light, If not for me, for others. I don't mind buying what I buy, the fuel, the diesel. I don't mind that. I can afford it. Not everybody can. I just, talk to them about other people. They need some light. They need some, space, from diesel and fuel. They agreed. They told me everything was okay. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. But that does not surround those people trying to kill them. And that's attempted murder. In the United States, I was a police officer for 9 years. That's attempted murder right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The worst part is that this mob mentality where everyone starts doing something because someone is doing, and then you just realize that you don't even know what the issue is on ground, but you find yourself that you're part of a mob trying to take down or injure or kill or hurt someone. And unfortunately, that man is out there just trying to earn a living for his family, and they've taken the wrath of what they feel for the government on him. How cowardly, because such people will see Bola Ahmed Tinubu pass by and not say anything to him,
No,
not even
they just gonna
utter a word.
like, you know, he's
Yes,
a
they
god.
bail him, and then they want to kill someone who is just doing his job. I'm just going to take Dr. Chido. Is Dr. Chido back? I'm going to take quick reads. Morenica Bolujoko says, my mom too ran for power to, yeah, well, I've read that bit. And yes, political office, and she was once a special advisor to Goodluck Jonathan. Yes, I remember that period. Good people like that cannot be allowed to stay in office. The powers that be, the powers in the dark places, in the coven, they are so strong that when people who are qualified to hold certain office positions come into taking that position, they don't last. They don't want them there, because you have to be part of some kind of cult, you know, some kind of cult where they know the kind of blood only God knows. they know what they're doing. Like, if you're not part of that evil cult, then they won't let you. And unfortunately, that's the situation. But you see, the mentality that we don't want is that mentality where we know the people who are committing these atrocities and crimes against us, we let them go, and then we attack ourselves, the ordinary people who are just trying to survive. Moreni Kebolo Joko says, it's wrong to judge others, and people do so a lot, especially Christians. So keep doing what you do best, sister. I'm proud of you. We all have rights to our opinions, as you rightfully said. Absolutely, yes. And Chikas Kumli says, thank you, Morenike. It will be hard. The greedy political elites have hijacked the system completely. Every single process is monetized, deploy violence, and weaponize poverty that the followers are practically helpless. Absolutely. Greetings, Rahina. And Emmanuel Obazele, watching from YouTube, welcome. It's worrisome how the poor are up against themselves, but praise their oppressors. Absolutely. I'm going to add Dr. Chido. I think Dr. Chido is there. I'm going to add him to stream so that we just have this open conversation. You know, going back to what Morenike Bolujoko said. Last week, I had a guest on my program on Dr. Luya Luka. And for some reason, issues with technical network problems, we didn't have the opportunity to have a background, you know, conversation before we came on air. And so we just went on with discussion. And to my biggest shock, even very educated people that I respect came into my inbox, couldn't understand or separate me from what the man was saying, and beginning to question my Christian faith. And then I was wondering, if people who have that level of education as Nigerians, what is going on? Why did I disappear?
I'm wondering myself. Okay,
you know, if people with that level of education and exposure are not able to have a little bit of an open mind and take themselves away from what is being said and understand it, and then beginning to ask me about my Christian faith, what else do you expect of the people who don't have an education in Nigeria? How can we begin to free these people from the stronghold of these evil people, evil individuals and politicians? You know, if you can't have a simple, I was taken aback when the conversation started, because I had a different notion, an idea of what the school he was talking about was. But when he came on and we began to talk, I saw it was a different level of spiritualism, but that's him and this is me. And it has nothing to do with me. Not to say that I will ever be scared of having conversations with people that don't believe the way that I believe. And so, yes, Dr. Chido, let me see if I can add you to stream, Dr. Chido. Yes. Yes, so Dr. Chido, please quickly react to the video you just saw and the general, yes.
I think he's there right now.
Yes, Mr. David is saying hello. Both of you are doing awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, both of you are doing great. I don't know how to explain it, but I've seen what Mr. Edokpolo does from his. You're not hearing me?
I'm hearing
no volume is out. No volume. No volume.
Dr. Chido, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Well,
Mr. Edokpolo, that's from your end. Dr. Chido can hear me. Why can't you
Mr.
hear me?
Edokpolo, yeah. If it's in Nigeria,
Volume,
then you know
volume.
the reason.
No
If he's
volume.
communicating from Nigeria, obviously we know the reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Nothing
gonna
works.
try it.
Nothing works from
Yeah.
Nigeria.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Everyone can hear me. So Dr. Chido, just go ahead and react to that. Let me quickly try to see what's going on with.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, Mr. David, I'm sorry that you couldn't hear us, but obviously we know that communication is a problem in Nigeria. And like we said earlier, we have complex problem in Nigeria. Every time we go on the social media, we continue to see, you know, new pattern of atrocities and all that. The people climbing the pole, I think there's need to actually have a better assessment of what is happening there. You know, we don't know what is actually happening there. We can only speculate. But like you said, growing up in Nigeria, you remember, you can recall back when the NEPA people used to come and cut people's electric. Sometimes they do it out of intimidation. They do it out of, they want money. If they are drinking somewhere and they run out of money, they can go to the next street and attempt to cut off. Are we on?
Yes, go ahead. We are. Yes.
Okay. So they could decide to go and cut some people's electric in order to, you know, get money. So they do that all the time. But, you know, over a time, we've gotten used to this this kind of thing by NEPA intimidation. So what you see there is people fighting back. They might not be fighting back in the best way, but this is the only thing they could do. They want to stop the man. They want to teach him a lesson. You can't come at random and cut people's electric, even when you haven't given us electric for the past 2 months. And then when you give us electric for 1 day or 2 days, you come and cut it. So the people are reacting to it. You know, it's animalistic, you know, what was unfolding there. But our people are becoming animals. Let's be realistic. Nigerians are gradually turning into animals. You know, we've been through, you see what we've been through as people. You know, we've been through slavery, we've been through colonization, we've been through dictatorship. You know, we've been through all kind of worst civilization in life. So it tends to mold who we are, our reaction, our behavior. You know, sometimes they say Nigerians are too loud. We shout. Why wouldn't we shout? Look at the society where we come from. It's so polluted. There's so much noise, police brutality, military brutality, government, everybody. You know, so if you come from that country, you have to behave like people who come from the country. So we are not civil by nature because we don't have a civil society where people, like, you know, in England, where I live, you know, when you go on the street, you can feel that harmony, you know. People follow, obey road rules. People obey, you know, the law of the land. You know, everyone complies. You know, we don't have that kind of setup in Nigeria due to what we've been through. And what you saw happening on the pole, you know, think about it. There could have been current there. If current comes, everybody there dies. But the people that were chasing them, yeah. So that again is madness. So the Nigerians have evolved to a point where our brain, you know, we no longer use our brain. You know, we only use about maybe 5% of our brain capacity to process, you know, real life, you know, issues. So most time we think about survival. 95% of our brain capacity is used thinking about how to get the next meal. So we often make the wrong decision at all time. And you mentioned something again. You mentioned something again about, you know, the things that we're doing, like Mr. David, the kind of work he does. Why is that not impacting in the wider society? You know, if people like us are out here trying to impact on our people, because I know what it takes to do an honest charity, not the kind of charity that you format in a way to go and take from government. When you decide to take your hard-earned money and give to people without expectation of, you know, getting something back, it's phenomenon. It's phenomenon. And people who do what we do
Mr.
not always
Mr.
get the break.
Mr. Edokpolo is back. I can tell you, I will tell you first-hand experience. Unfortunately, a lot of the so-called charities that they come up with, they register them with ulterior motive. That's the truth. In Nigeria, and of course, even here, there are people who benefit from. I know back home, from when I started doing presenting the Susan West show on the NTA in 2006. I did a lot of charity work. Some of them never broadcasted. Some of them was broadcasted on live. And there were times where big companies, big names will say they're supporting us and never bring a dime. And we will end up using our little scarce resources to make sure that we make up. And sometimes we have even advertised for these people, and they want, these are very wealthy people who are selling themselves to be philanthropists. But in essence, all they're doing is when they want to run for political office, they come up with all these bogus philanthropical works that only ends up in the next season, you seeing them coming to hold run political office. Mr. Edokpolo, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
right.
Now I can hear you. I can hear you guys now.
Right. Okay. So I'll just take quick reads and then I'll let you go ahead talking. Chikas Kumle says, it's worrisome how the poor are up against themselves. Yes, but praise the oppressors. And Theodore Igwe says, with all that charitable behavior, nothing changed. This is why we need to replace our current rulers. Emanuela Obazele says, nice interview. I must commend you. Thank you, Emanuela. And Ellie Bricks watching all the way from Geneva. Oh, wow. Welcome. I hear you as well. Thank you. And yes, so Dr. Chido is right. The environment is affecting our behavior, Chikas Kumli says. I will tell you, there are people who, in this country, in the UK, who there are people who have told me how loud I speak. And I say to them, am I really loud? Because I don't think I'm loud. But yes, I am loud because I spent the better part of my life growing up in Nigeria. So when I talk loud and I don't even realize I'm talking loud. So this is who we are. But I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm not going to kill myself because I'm too loud for you. You better adjust and understand that this is who I am and take the content that comes with this loudness and just enjoy it. So Mr. Edokpolo, haven't seen, I think I recall that actually happened in your state, Edo State. The people trying to pull the BEDC guy down is from Edo State where you are. And so the people there have a trait, they are no nonsense kind of people.
I don't think that's right, though. I don't care about the situation right there, but trying to take somebody's life because they're trying to disconnect electricity can never be justified. That man up there, I mean, I don't think he's got light in his house. I don't think so. He's just walking. The man is trying to put food on the table. The problem is not that man. The problem is Buhari, Tinubu, and the rest of them. Those are the problem. You know, the problem with Nigerians, I don't like talking about politics. It's unique. Me talking anything about politics, I try to stay away from it. I was #1 fan when Barack Obama was trying to go for office, but I never voted. I didn't vote for him. First time in my life I voted was for Biden. I just wanted Trump to get it out of that place. That's why I voted.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you why you didn't vote for Barack Obama at the time? Of course, with hindsight, I would say thank you for not voting for him, even though it wouldn't have made a difference. But in hindsight, before then, what was your reason for not voting for the first black?
Politics was the reason. The #1 reason was politics. I don't want to play politics anywhere in the world. I mean, I grew up in the United States. I don't want to play politics. I can root for you. I'll tell my friends, I'll tell my people, my workers, I tell them about Barack Obama. It's about time we had a black president, all those sweet things. But me going to the polls to vote, there was no energy for that. I don't like politics. I just don't like politics. Even in Nigeria, people, I mean, every day I get that question in my DM, Facebook, Instagram. Please run for office and all those stuff. I don't want to run for no office.
Right.
Politics in Nigeria, you got to learn how to lie. You got to learn how to deceive the people. That's not my purpose in life. I just want to make sure somebody out there that is hopeless today, this morning, has hope. That's all I stand for. What
I know,
the money
I feel
I spend for
you.
people, that's what I tell my followers. I say the money I spend on people, it's not that I don't need it. I need it. But I don't think I have the right to have that money in my account and people are suffering. People cannot even eat. I can't stand that. I was there before. I was a bus conductor before. I don't know if
Wow.
you see that. Yeah, bus conductor for my dad.
Please
You know,
share your story of your upbringing
I don't
in
think
Nigeria.
so that if you have some tissues, just hold them very close. But if you really want me to share my story, okay, let me just brief it. Let me just break it down as easy as possible. My dad was married. You know, he had an affair with a girl outside, a young girl, very young girl. I'm the product.
Wow.
Okay, when she was too young, I mean, she was really, really young to take care of because she got pregnant again with another child. And she took me to the house and dropped me off there and left. My stepmom, she knew about me and she saw me outside that room. Just imagine the rest. I was in the ICU for 3 weeks. I mean, those things they told me, I don't even know what happened because I was too young. I was a year plus. And today, I went through hell in the house. It was just hell. I went to the worst school at the Bender State could afford. That's at the Primary School, afternoon session. We were 39 in class. 38 of us were outside. We understood each other. We talked well because we were all doing the same thing.
Wow.
But at the same time, I had one special gift, academics. The school they put me into did not stop me. The people, my siblings, I mean, the wife of the house, our kids, they all went to the best school money could afford, Federal Staff School. Today, I got 2 masters. None of them has a degree. It didn't stop me. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I keep telling my followers, like, you don't need to stay where you are. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It's going to happen. Yeah, keep pushing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dr. Chido. Oh, Dr. Chido is not there. You know, there are many of us who can actually relate to you at different levels, you know.
Yeah.
Some of us are not, we're not as hard hit as you, but it doesn't take away from our own suffering as well.
Yeah, you're right
So
about
we can relate. When you were in America, there were times, of course, you came back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. From your time growing up in suffering like that in Nigeria, and between the times that you came back home till now, what is the difference in all those different eras? Which of the eras did you think there was some kind of positivity or positive change going towards, you know, seeing that the schools that you left behind, there was some kind of improvement, or the children were getting better education? And at what point of your visit until you came and stayed this time was the worst time you have seen so far?
I mean, the first time I came back to Nigeria, I remember was I left Nigeria November 29th, 1986. I came back first time 91. It was a short visit. Then 92. Since 1992, I've been to Nigeria every year, multiple times, multiple visits every year since 92. But I don't think I can actually tell you the differences right now. I mean, the system is still porous. The system is still way like 800 years behind the rest of the world. I don't think I'll be justified in saying the system has changed a lot. No, there's no change. If I see change, I'll tell you. I mean, my primary school, I've done real good charity work. I changed the school like from those old collapsing buildings. You know, I can't put them in a good place. My secondary school, I did the same. Many years I've done that, not just once, multiple times. But the government got to act. You know, politics in Nigeria, this is the reason why I don't like politics. Politics in Nigeria is just dictatorship. Trust me. It's nothing to write home about. Zero, needy, nada. No way. I've been to countries around the world. I've seen politics. I've been to 48 countries around the world. There's nothing to write home about Nigerian politics. Just let's put it that way. Because if we
So
start,
what is going to be what is going to be the way forward if all the good people now finally say we cannot do this? So we allow those people who are a cult to take over the affairs of our lives. How are we going to then get out of this misery?
great question. Great question. You know the problem we have with Nigerian politics? The people that are in the position to change this, just give them something. Brown envelope. They're gonna be like the others. It is like a virus. It's worse than coronavirus in Nigeria. Trust
Actually,
me.
it is. I
People
can
so
tell you.
worried that he's yelling up and down, back and forth. If they give him some bank alert, it's gonna be somebody else. Trust me. That's the problem with Nigeria. It's right now, the way I think about it, it's almost impossible to change Nigerian politics. Tinubu is gonna be the next president of Nigeria to come 2023. He already started. Trust me. Mark my words, I'll come back on your show to tell you that I told you like 2 years ago. He's gonna be the next president. He already started.
Nightmare. Haven't said that. Let me take quick reads and I'll ask you one more question. I will probably round up today.
That's good.
Helen D says Buhari must go. Helen D watching from the United States. She says Buhari must go. And Chika Kumle says oh no, there's something I wanted to. Chikas Kumle, anytime I travel out, I notice I unconsciously react on certain issues. Then I remember I am not in Nigeria. You better be conscious of that. Otherwise, you get into some big trouble when we carry the same attitude that we use to, the same attitude in Nigeria that we have. Once we take it out, we're in big trouble because in countries where rules and laws must be obeyed, no one is looking at your face. Chikas Kumli says again, bad people have saturated the political space, but not all politicians are bad. Good people must take charge. Yes, I know. Not all politicians are bad, but we haven't had the courageous ones. I'll give you an example, like the late president of Tanzania, John Pombe Magufuli. He was part of a very corrupt system. He was part of a corrupt system that brought him about. But then what happened when he came on the scene? He made a difference. We're still talking about him today. Who is that person in Nigeria that will come out of that very evil and demonic political system, and then say that I finally have the opportunity to make a difference and can stand out? We haven't seen none of them because most of the people, out there in public space, we already know their history and their antecedents. So we're not hoping that some level of miracle will happen. That brings me to asking you, Mr. Edokpolo, sorry. Do you believe that Nigeria will actually remain a country after this Buhari's dispensation?
Nigeria is going to struggle, but we're going to remain Nigeria. That I believe. But
Why?
The Eastern Security Network, the havoc they're wreaking right now, Boko Haram and other stuff, it's going to make you think like, okay, what's going to be next step? There's no certainty right now. There's nobody that can tell you with 100% certainty that Nigeria is going to be in one piece in the next 2-3 years. I mean, the ESN, Boko Haram, the insurgency, what the Northerners are doing right now. I mean, I'm not biased. North, East, Southwest. I don't speak Bini, Edo, Ishan, Yoruba, Hausa. I speak Nigeria. If you go on my page, the way I do my thing, I don't care where you come from. You're Nigerian. But what is happening right now, let's be frank about it. The ESN, the Boko Haram insurgency, the sect that are going everywhere, kidnapping people, taking ransom and other stuff, we are in deep trouble. They're just trying to camouflage it like we're good. We're not good. we're in trouble. I mean, I feel for my people. I mean, if it gets too bad, I'll buy my ticket and go. There's no country in the world I need visa to. I'm covered on that. But I mean, I want to stand for my people. But at the same time, I want to stay away from politics. But things are not getting right in Nigeria. Nigeria being in one piece in the next 3 years, it's going to be a miracle. Big miracle.
I agree with you on that. That it will take a miracle for
Yeah.
Nigeria to stay, survive beyond
Yeah.
Buhari's administration, and the impetus that these people have, the audacity they have to do all this rubbish and just think they can come back and Nigerians will, is what I cannot fathom, because I thinking, of course, the only thing the only way I can explain it away is the fact that because they know that our votes don't count.
Yeah, it don't count.
Because they know they will use the military and use the guns to get themselves into position. Otherwise, there is no reason why someone like Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be flaunting himself directly or indirectly as to wanting to run for the presidency.
Oh, he's going to win. He already won. That's Nigeria's
All
politics.
the smoke, hovering around his head from the Lekki killings,
Hey, girl, let me tell you something about that Lekki shooting. Thank God he said that. One thing I'm not happy about, our Nigerian celebrities, they brought that idea up. Okay, let's fight for our right. I understand where they're going. They motivated the people like, okay, let's go fight for our right. It's about time. We got to take things back with the youth and other stuff. But can you remember after the shooting, not one of them came out and said, okay, these guys are victims. I paid 4 million naira to treat the victims of Lekki shooting. None of them that started this whole insurgency, let's not call it insurgency. Let's be frank about it. The whole riot, the whole protest.
It was a protest. It wasn't a riot.
Yeah, it was a protest, but not one of them came outside after they were shot, after we got victims, to say, let's stand together and make sure they're okay. I got in trouble for paying 4 million naira to treat the victims. I got in trouble for that, but I solved it. I let them understand. I mean, I'm not supporting, because I was told I was supporting terrorism. I told them I was not supporting no terrorism. I fought it. I mean, it was a big fight, but I got everything back because they told me I was supporting terrorism. I was, trying.
So because you supported the Lekki protest.
The victims, I paid for their treatment. 4 million naira was what I paid.
And because you did that, you were attacked that you were supporting terrorism.
I got in trouble.
Can you then understand the evil? Oh my God, the evil that exists in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
The evil this Buhari's administration has blatantly, how they, first of all, they won't pay. They went to Buhari's wife's book launch and they were giving all those monies. First of all, those monies they're giving, most of them is not their money. It's monies they've gotten from inflated contracts. Mm-hmm. So it's our money. And then they come and they give this money in, just to, for lack of a better word, just to, show, what's the word now? Just to show loyalty to Buhari's government, because what they've done by supporting his wife's book with that kind of money in this period and time is just to show that we're loyal. And of course, they're going to get the money back because everyone who's donated openly is going to be given a contract, some ridiculous contract that is inflated so that they can get their monies back. So it's like, it's like these demons that, if anyone has watched these movies that exorcise demons from people, when the Catholic priests are doing exorcism, this is the situation we're in, where they will keep exorcising, and someone will try, and the demons just stay and stick around because the root problem is not taken care of.
You're right about that. I mean, we're Nigeria. One thing I do, I mean, when people ask me where you from, I always say Nigeria first. That's my first country. Yeah. I always say Nigeria first before I say any other citizenship I get and other stuff. I'm Nigerian. I'm always going to be Nigerian. But the problem we got is the youth in Nigeria. They come outside like Lekki protests and like NSAS protests and all those stuff. They came outside in mounds. The same people, they're going to collect money from Tinubu tomorrow to put him there. Trust me on that. The same youth that came out to protest against those things, they're going to come out tomorrow and collect money from Tinubu and his team, and they put him there. That's the part I don't understand. That's
Dr.
why I told
Chido
you.
is back. I can see Dr. Chido is back.
Yeah.
I'll take a quick read and then I'll bring him on so that we can round up. Adele Fatai Ayodele says, to be sincere, it's like we are 1,000 years backward compared to other nations of the world. And the funniest thing is that we are not ready to change. No, we're not ready to change. No, we're not. And Joseph Favor says none of them all they do is loot our money to themselves. I concur with you, sir. Nigeria will still remain Nigeria. Really? Are you? And Princess Ivy Osawe from Canada, welcome. Welcome. Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Chikas Kumle says, honestly, Nigeria is in a mess. Joseph says, Joseph Favor from UT said, we still need you around, boss. Please don't go back. Oh, these are people whose life is really tied to you. Of course, Chikas Kumle says, I love the energy in today's conversation. Absolutely. Well, we can't go on for too long. I'm going to bring Dr. Chido back, and then I want him to tell Nigerians how they can be in touch with his organization that is also into helping ordinary Nigerians. Dr. Chido, please, we tried to reach out to you, but you weren't there. Do you want to quickly give information about your organization and how people can contact you, especially people who have ideas they want to pitch to you?
Yeah. First of all, let me comment on the trading discussion when I came in. That's regarding to Nigerians, how we I had David mention that the same Nigerians who would do NSAS will end up asking money from government. David, you're right, but I want to say one thing. There is a wind of change. When we talk about change, change starts from the people. The people themselves are the ones that have to effect change. The leaders are not going to make change because the leaders are people like you and I who had the opportunity to become senators, presidents. So they're human beings like you and I. So there is need for what you do and what I do and what you also do, Mrs. Susan. I love what you do. So we need to continue to do this. And the NSAS that played out the last time is a different kind of demonstration. We could see that it was a social media demonstration, which is very different from the kind of demonstrations that we've witnessed in Nigeria before. So it was a big threat to the government themselves. It was a threat to the system because now they're realizing that Nigerians, actually young people between the age of 20 and 26, are actually getting actively involved in pushing for change. And they're also adopting the same method that are used in France, used in Holland, in Hong Kong. So it's a big threat to the government because these are faceless people. These are people without a leader. These are hungry and angry people like you and I, who are, out of one interest, which is they want their country to look like other countries, because these guys are, actively engaged in Instagram, social media, Facebook, and you can be in Nigeria, but you know what is happening in America. Sometimes they even tell me, the Nigerians tell me what is happening in UK before I get to know about it. So that means we are networking now. So the social media that we have today is a very important tool for us and for the Nigerians. You could see the kind of employment that social media have created in Nigeria. So, so it's phenomenal because the same social media will bring about change. So when we put our voices together the way we are doing it right now, using charity, because charity You made mention about the fact you want to separate politics from charity. No. Politics and charity, they work together. Yeah, because the only reason why you do charity is because you don't like what is happening in your country. You see poor people, you want to give them money, but you cannot continue to give them money because your money is going to run out at some point. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So our charity is mostly to find an alternative existence for our people. To say to them, I cannot continue to give you fish. Let me show you how to fish. So the African charity should aim to becoming charities like UNESCO, Oxfam, Transparency International. These are charities out there, global charities that are well respected. Africa don't have a well respected charity. David, what you and I do today and what Susan does, we can do it for another 100 years. Nobody knows who we are. But the only way we can make a change is to link our charity to politics. Because Oxfam is also a charitable organization. They are charitable, they are political organizations as well, because one way or the other, they put pressure on politicians because politicians recognize them and they respect them. When they ask for change, the politicians listen to them. So we coming together today and trying to create this kind of amazing platform that we have today, trying to work with the media, with the charity organization, we have to keep pushing it. Okay, I tell you one thing we do in Nigeria. I told you earlier we introduced the idea of recycling day in the parastatals in Nigeria, like ministries, and the reason why we've done that is this: we want to give them an offer. Okay, with our own money, we're not going to them and say, give us money, we want to do this. No, we are providing these stuffs for you because you need it. So when we go there, we keep it there for them. We say to them, you need to sensitize your people. Like the Ministry of Agriculture, you're in charge of the food that we eat. Your environment don't even reflect who you are. There's so much litterings around your environment. So how do you secure our food if you have a bad environment? So when we go there and we showcase this kind of thing, we shame them. And by the time we come back the next time, they've cleaned their environment. So that is how to work with the politicians, to actually find the areas where they are lacking, and then we can shame them, and they will come back and do the right thing because they don't want to be shamed. They're so scared of the media. They're so scared of charitable organizations like us. But we have to put ourselves in a very strong position for them to respect us. That means doing what David is doing, using his money, doing charity, but targeting how to become relevant again through the charity you do in the system. So that system can respect you. When you come out and say, this is what you want, this is what your people want, they will listen to us and they will do exactly what we want them to do for us.
Absolutely. To Mr. David Edokpolo. Mr. David Edokpolo has such a following. It is unbelievable. Like, because of what Mr. David does for people, providing monies to put food on the tables for people. Of course, absolutely. You can't keep giving fish to people. You must teach them how to fish. Otherwise, at some point, there's going to be fatigue at some level of some sort. But you see the kind of following Mr. David has on Instagram. The moment he says this, these people listen. That's the way, Mr. David, I'm thinking that you can take advantage of that community that you have built politically, or to influence political positions or opinions.
I understand what you're saying. I respect that. People, my followers, 99% of my followers, they believe I should hold one or two political positions. It's just not my calling. Right? Let me make it clear. My number one goal, there's a reason for this. My number one goal is to make sure somebody has food on their table to eat. There's a reason for that. I grew up not having hope of waking up to food the next day. That is my number one thought, priority, and everything. I just want to make sure somebody is eating. Somebody has something to eat. Food is life. We're talking about, other things. They'll come after food. When what the menu, you see the way I define depression to my followers. I said depression is defined as you not going to bed. You going to bed with empty stomach, knowing fully well that you're going to wake up not having any hope of food to eat the next day. That is my true meaning of this depression. I just want to eradicate that. I know what it means. I've been there. I was there for so many years. I was there. My father had no money. I was a bus conductor for my dad. I missed school weeks on end just to make sure we have something to eat. But at the end of the day, I told my dad when I was a kid, I'm going to make you a great man. I did that. And now my energy is channeled towards helping anybody I can help. I don't eat. Listen, for decades, I don't eat before helping somebody, before making sure one person has eaten, at least one person. I do it.
That's
For so many people, but my goal is I will never eat in the morning before I help somebody else. That's my
you know
goal.
what? I respect you for what you do. I respect the way you do it, and that's your soul's calling. If you don't want to marry politics to what you do, that's your soul's calling. I have been in positions where I have done things and I did not want anybody. I'm someone who believes so strongly that what the left hand gives to the right hand, the right whatever, how do they say it? The other hand should not see it.
Yeah.
But then as we went on, I began to understand and realize something. I wanted to do things on a bigger scale. And then I was asked to bring evidence of work I have done before. And I realized that the only work I have done before that I could use was just one or two that was in collaboration with the Nigerian Television Authority. Otherwise, every other thing I did, I have people on ground who can testify that they were there. We did these things together, but there was no time. It was put on social media because I felt my soul's calling was to, in my own little way, do what I can to alleviate someone's pain or, whatever it is. But I haven't said that I respect the way you're approaching it. No one is this is your soul's calling. That's what you're going to do. Nobody can change it. But I just want to also state clearly that I begin to see the reason why people publicize some of the things they do. Because once upon a time, I was of the opinion that if you publicize helping people, you have taken your blessing, and it's a shameful thing, when you. But the truth of the matter is, we live in a world where it's about seeing is believing, and you want to inspire other people. You want to bring other people on board. Nobody's going to come on board or believe in anything you say by just mere testimonies of your mouth. Some of the things that I have done or helped, some of the opportunities that have been created, it's only the people that I have done it with or people who were there who can come and testify. But when I wanted to do it on a larger scale, I needed evidence. And the only evidence I had was one or two, So these are the issues we must somehow, I respect, again, still the way you handle your thing. If you're not interested in politics, you're not interested in politics. But there are people who are charitable, who are philanthropists, who must also understand that we must somehow, especially the genuine ones, not the ones who want to do a little bit of charity work because they have intentions of running for public office. Therefore, they want to use the pictures of going somewhere and doing a little bit of something. There's a young man that I respect so much. He's my friend. He's someone who I started doing some charity work at the same time he started, and he tried to ask us to collaborate. But like I say, everyone have their soul's calling. His name is Nuhu Kwajafa. What Mr. Nuhu Kwajafa does is amazing. When he started it, I did not see how he was going to be able to continue. What Nuhu Kwajafa does is go and pick up children who have sicknesses, diseases, ailments that you don't even want to begin to think about. And then he tries to raise monies to get these children treated. Like sicknesses and diseases that it's hard to even look at, even in pictorial form. For some people, you can't even stomach it. But this man is out there doing this, and he's done it for God. For if I can remember, I started doing my charitable work around 2006, and he came and met me that we should collaborate, and then he has continued up till this moment. But you see, people like that will never be given an opportunity to hold public offices. But we must look for a way to galvanize our energies, our resources, our ideas, to begin to be impactful and make an impact in the political setting, even if we don't want to run or hold political offices, because until we're able to do so, everything we're going to do is just going to be you know, a cycle, a vicious cycle that at the end of the day will take care of the initial hunger. Go ahead,
Okay,
Mr.
let me say
David.
something. That, you know, as much as I don't like politics or being involved with politics, if I see a true candidate in Nigeria that's true to the people, true to his words, and I've seen evidence of that, that wants to go into politics, trust me, I will throw my weight behind that person 100%, expecting nothing back. I just want the people to have, because if we bring somebody that can do what they say they're gonna do out there, I'll be able to save my money. The money I give her, the things I do, I need the money for myself. If I can see somebody that's true to their words, that's really, really for the people, I will throw my weight behind that person, because I'm gonna save myself a lot. The money I spend for the people is gonna take over. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
Know that, because I'm just not the type. Because I've seen. Let me just tell you why I lost hope in Nigerian politics. I've seen. Let me just give one. I got like 20,000 examples. I'll give you one. There was a village they went to as a kid. I was a kid. I helped them. I mean, I went with them. I thumb printed for more than 1,000 people. I was a kid.
They
They
used
just
you.
put it in your hand, you thumb print. I mean, I thumb printed, me alone, thumb printed for more than 1,000 people, and the village had less than 200 people.
Hmm.
So those things as a kid, it stick to you. Like is there.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
things like that. So I just lost hope in Nigerian politics. But if I see somebody that's gonna stay true to the people, I will throw my weight behind that person quietly. Nobody will know anything about me. I'll throw my weight behind that person.
Helen D has made a suggestion of who you should support. She says Showore.
No, Sowore. Yes, Sowore. I mean, he's loud. I don't think everything he says. I don't even believe 70% of what he says. He just want to make himself so loud. He's desperate to get there, but I don't think he's gonna make any difference. I mean, that's my personal opinion. It's not a fact, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
No one knows tomorrow. No one could see into the future.
And
Otherwise, Buhari will not be in Aso Villa right now. And
that's why I said my opinion.
Let me say
Doctor,
one thing. Let me say one thing.
Mm.
Let me say one thing. Yeah. Again, you see, when we do charitable organization, what is politics? Politics is about leadership, providing leadership to the people, right? That's what politics is. So when you do charitable organization, you have people who are following you, people who you're not only giving them food, you're giving them information. The information you give them is very vital. For instance,
Yeah.
understanding their rights. That is the
Mm.
reasons why they follow you. You need to impact this knowledge that we've acquired living abroad, because we understand the way things work in that part of the world. So we want to bring it using charity. So the charity you do, the people that follow you, that you give the information, you already occupy a political position, because it's not only when one gets into a seat that he becomes a politician. We can be influencers as people who hold charitable organization. We can be influencers. We can influence leadership. We can influence change. We can influence even political changes. So that is the power of charity. So we have to continue to understand what we do, how powerful it is, and how we can use it as tool as well. Because at the end of the day, it's all about impacting our life, changing life, and creating opportunity for people, the opportunities that were never there before. And the people that follow us, like hungry and angry, we only have a very little following, about 30,000, but that's effortless, because we've never been out there trying to get followers and all that. The people who see my blogs, and they come to us. It's not the charity that is attracting them. Well, what attracts them, because hungry and angry, we do diverse, you know, stuffs. We do bloggings. We show people in real time what is happening to their life. You know, how things affect their life. So when we get those people, we match them to hungry and angry, and they see the charity that we do, and they like it, and they see that we actually, working with less privileges. We are working with, environment. We're trying to give people the information, which is most important part of charity. The information we give them is what will eventually change their life. If we continue to give them money for food, fish, and rice, it's not going to change their life. They will be, continuously dependent on us. And that is the reason why.
Dr.
Yeah. So,
Chido,
and that's the
I
reason
want
why.
you to,
Yeah.
yeah, so that as we round up,
Go
I
on.
want you to
Okay.
tell us where to find your organization online. Because I want to mention
Okay.
again for those people who missed it earlier, what Hungry and Angry does also is to create opportunities for people who have ideas in music and movie making. And so, if you have a great idea in producing a movie or music, you can pitch it to Dr. Chidi, and they will make they will help to bring it to fruition. So, quickly share your information with us, Dr. Chidi.
Okay. If yeah, yeah. If you go on Google and type in "Hungry and Angry" NGO, it will pop up, and then there you will find our contact like telephone, WhatsApp, and all that. But just type "Hungry and Angry" at Google. We're not really active on Instagram, and we are getting there because we're trying to create, a platform for all this and get the professionals to manage the area. At the moment, we've only just started our activities. We're only 1 year old, and we are only getting there. We're gonna get better. So Google "Hungry and Angry" NGO, and then "Hungry
Right,
and Angry" and analytical. We are there.
right. Thank you. Um, Washington Stanley is commending. He says, "Sound minds." Glory Grace Shannon says, "Most credible leaders are still silent. The few that are prime and out campaigning sometimes lose to less effective candidates. The issue is not just about the candidature, but same could or should be held against voters and long makers too. Lawmakers, I think, typo, all this typographicals that autocorrect does. Theodora Igwe says, Nigerian politics isn't about leadership, or it is about money and ruling people. And Joseph Favor 2525 says, I don't know why I hate politics and I'm not interested in it. Maybe it's because of their unfair doings. We can hate politics all we want. I used to sound like that when I was a lot younger. I used to sound like that, and I just realized, oh my God, oh my goodness. How did we not know that the more we stayed away from doing anything political, that our destinies were going to be affected like this? So whether or not we hate it, it doesn't matter. We have to begin to get our place of to a place of wanting to embrace it. There is politics everywhere. There's politics in family. There's politics in your daily life. But when it comes to the structural plane of politics as it is, we feel like we don't want to be political, but we forget that these people, whatever decisions they make, affect our lives negatively or positively. And Mr. Edokpolo, I want you to please talk about, give us your Instagram handle. I want a lot of people to go and follow you because there's so much going on your Instagram. Even me, sometimes I'm tempted to say, Mr. Edokpolo, should I send you my account number? Because so much is flying around.
You're my boss. You're my boss.
So please, guys, follow Mr. Edokpolo on his Instagram handle. Do you want to say it out?
Okay.
I'll type it. I think I'll type it.
My name's Igbomusa David Edokpolo. My Instagram handle is very easy. One word: Official Rocky Pain. Let me spell it. Official. Official. ROCKY. Rocky. PAIN. Pain. Official Rocky Pain. That is my Instagram handle. You go there. It's fun. I don't like calling them followers. My fam. We call ourselves fam. They are mega interactive. I mean, it's fun there. It's fun there. You're gonna see things and you're gonna want to stay. It's addictive.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. I'm proud of you. God bless you for all you do. Dr. Chido, God bless you for all you do. It is amazing. It's amazing. We will come back here again. We will
By the way,
converge here.
that's my daughter. That's my daughter. She want to shout out to you. Is in there, Ajuorah.
Oh,
She
please
works
go
for
ahead,
Hungry and
Pretty.
Angry as well.
Oh, please go ahead, Pretty.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I know she does some work with you. She's shy now.
Yeah, she does. Tell them about Hungry and Angry.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
No worries. I know how children can be. Okay, so we're on our screen right now. We have Mr. Edokpolo's handle. Follow Mr. Edokpolo on Instagram at official Rocky Payne. Please, guys, go and do so, because what this guy is doing is amazing. I'm not a praise singer. I don't praise sing people. Mr. Edokpolo hasn't given me a dime. No. But when I see people doing good, I promote people doing good, because the more we project the goodness that is going on, the more we're aware that the good is greater than the evil that we see in our societies. Thank you so much, Mr. Edokpolo. I'll catch
on the show, girl. Thank you. I
No
appreciate it.
No
Hey,
problem.
please, if you can send me the tape, I'll be more than glad to share with my followers.
No problem. I will.
Thank
I
you.
will. I will. No
Have a
problem.
good one. Follow me any day. I'll answer your call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. And so you see, this is what we do. This is what we do. It's not all about money all the time. I can do what I'm doing right now. I could do it for the rest of my life, even if nobody pays me anything. You know, I love to bring information and education, and I like to motivate and inspire people. I'll tell you something though. I am a born Nigerian citizen. I've grown up in Nigeria most of my life, and and so I will say something. When I was growing up, I had this paralyzing fear of snakes. When I say paralyzing fear of snakes, I couldn't even look at pictures of a snake without freaking out, you know? And one day, I was watching National Geographical Channel a while ago, and then there was this snake, big, massive snake that felt like it was going to jump out of the television, and I screamed and I ran. As I was running, I kicked an obstacle, a table or something that was there, and almost broke my leg. And then some friends of mine just held me down and said, "The snake is on the TV. Why are you freaking out? Why are you freaking out? The snake is only on television." And then they held me down, made sure that I watched throughout without freaking out. Like, they just said, "Relax, the snake is on TV. He's not touching you." So they held me down tight and made sure that I watched through and I didn't die. But you know what that helped me do? Over time, I began to realize how we magnify certain fears because of our upbringing or stories we have heard or religious beliefs or superstitious beliefs. From then on, I began to get myself out of that place where anything was so fearful that it paralyzed or controlled my life. Why did I tell this story? I told this story again, closing today's broadcast, by saying to the people who came into my inbox, the ones who spoke to me politely and the ones who just judged me outrightly, I say this to say that Africa Rise is about Africa. Africa Rise encompasses everything that has to do with Africa. So whether it be religion or politics or something, entertainment or anything else, we are here to bring information. So whether or not we intentionally or unintentionally bring a guest that expresses a view that does not tally with your belief system, you must understand there is a difference in education. There is a difference in getting information without thinking that it's about cajoling you to believe in everything that you hear on social media or on any kind of media platform whatsoever. So having said that, I wish and hope that nobody comes to my inbox to talk about the issue of Dr. Luyaluka again. Look, Dr. Luyaluka is entitled to believing in anything he believes in. I am a true believer of Christ. I chose to believe in Christ without your permission or anybody's permission. But it does not stop me from having conversations, because I am no longer in that place where I have I am paralyzed with fear for holding conversations that will only bring about some kind of enlightenment or education. And for education purposes is why this platform was created. So I just want to say a very big thank you to everyone who have supported us throughout since we started broadcasting. I do appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Unfortunately, we haven't broadcasted our flyer for tomorrow because we have been really busy. As we come off live, we're going to broadcast who our next guest is going to be, and of course, what the topic is going to be about. I love you all, and God bless you. If you haven't liked, followed, or subscribed to our channels, please do so. It is Africa Rise TV on YouTube. When you do subscribe, please remember to press the bell button so that you are alerted when we do go live. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, please go to Africa_Rise.tv on Instagram. Follow us, like us on Facebook. It is SWOB21, SWOB21 on Facebook. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow, God willing. God bless you, and bye-bye.